Viewer discretion is advised. This archive contains disturbing material.
Dr. Elias Vance believed in endings. After 40 years of navigating the labyrinthine corridors of the human mind, he was ready for his own. Retirement for him was a quiet, sunlit room he'd promised himself, a place filled with books that didn't analyze, just told stories. He had cleared his schedule, referred his existing patients, and allowed himself one final case, a professional courtesy to a colleague, a young man named John Doe, a patient suffering from what was clinically diagnosed as severe depersonalization disorder. Their first session was unnervingly calm. John was pleasant, articulate, almost charming. He described his condition not with panic, but with a strange academic detachment. "I don't feel like I'm real, doctor," he said, his hands folded neatly in his lap. "It's as if I'm a vessel, an actor playing a part, but I've forgotten the character's name, or perhaps there never was one." Then he recounted a memory from his childhood, a fishing trip with his father, described with perfect, poignant detail. The scent of pine, the specific lure they used, the weight of the trout on the line. It was a beautiful, anchoring memory. Elias felt the session was a success, a simple case of reconnecting a man with his own past. That evening, as he was typing his notes, his computer monitor went to sleep, and in the sudden black reflective surface, for just a fraction of a second, he saw a shape in the reflection, a figure standing behind his chair. He spun around, his heart leaping into his throat. The room was empty. An old man's tired eyes playing tricks on him, he concluded, and thought nothing more about it. The next week, John shared another story. This time, a harrowing account of a young woman's first heartbreak, her flight from a college party, the taste of cheap wine and salty tears. The details were so intimate, so raw, Elias felt like a voyeur. "That's a very vivid, empathic projection, John," Elias managed. John just smiled faintly. "Is it? It feels more like a memory, just not my own." That night, the reflection returned. Elias was washing his face, and as he splashed water on his tired features, he looked up into the bathroom mirror. For a split second, the man looking back wasn't him. It was someone else, superimposed over his own dripping face. The face was pale, waxy, horrifyingly asymmetrical. Its smile was too wide, a fixed, painted-on rictus of mirth. Its eyes were dark, glassy, and utterly devoid of life, like the eyes of a department store mannequin. Elias stumbled back, clutching the sink, his heart pounding. He blinked, and his own terrified 60-year-old face stared back, but the image of the smiling man was seared into his mind. A cold dread began to bloom in Elias's chest. He broke protocol. He requested John's records from the previous institution. The files were heavily redacted, but they included the names of 3 previous therapists. The first had retired abruptly after just 1 month of sessions. The second had suffered a complete psychotic breakdown. The third had taken his own life. Tucked into the file was a grainy photograph of that third therapist, a Dr. Alistair Finch. It was a staff photo. Finch looked exhausted, hollowed out. But it was the background that made Elias's blood run cold. In the reflection on a glass awards cabinet behind Dr. Finch, almost lost in the glare, was the same waxy, smiling face. The entity was real. It had a signature. Elias began seeing the face everywhere. A fleeting glimpse in a shop window as he walked down the street. A distorted visage in the chrome of a car's hubcap. It was never there for long, just a subliminal flash of wrongness. A parasite of the periphery. A ghost that lived in reflective surfaces. Their final session felt like an execution. John sat in his usual chair, but he seemed faded. His skin pale, his breathing shallow. "I'm afraid our time is coming to an end, Doctor," John said, his voice a dry whisper. "This vessel is failing. The previous tenant left in a rather poor state." "Who are you?" Elias asked, his voice trembling. John's eyes, for the first time, seemed to focus on Elias with a profound, ancient intelligence. "I am not a who. I am a what. I am a story, an idea, a whisper that needs a mind to echo in. I live in the spaces between thoughts. To exist, I must be perceived, thought about, analyzed." He leaned forward. "This body is just a library. I have read all the books. But you, Doctor, have built a brand new, quiet, comfortable room for me in your own mind. You have thought about me, worried about me, obsessed over me. You have made me real." Elias stared in horror, the face in the mirror. A side effect, a footprint. It's how I see if the new room is ready. He began to cough, a dry, rattling sound. "It's time to move. Thank you for your service, Dr. Vance. I believe you'll find my new residence to be quite spacious." John's body went limp, his head slumping forward. He was gone. Elias didn't remember running from his office. He found himself in his home bathroom, splashing his face with cold water, trying to wash away the impossible truth. He was panting, his mind a whirlwind of terror. He needed to see himself. He needed to ground himself in his own reflection. Slowly, fearfully, he raised his head and looked into the mirror. It was not him. Staring back from the other side of the glass was the man in the reflection. Pale, waxy, asymmetrical. Its mannequin eyes were fixed on his. Its impossibly wide, painted-on smile seemed to stretch even further. It was no longer a fleeting glimpse. It was solid, real. It was his new reflection. As Elias stood there, frozen in a silent scream, the thing in the mirror slowly raised its pale, waxy hand. It pressed its palm against its side of the glass, a gesture of ownership. And then, with a terrible, intimate familiarity, It smiled and gave him a slow, friendly wave. The story had found a new author. The patient was now the doctor, and the quiet, sunlit noon of retirement Elias had promised himself was now occupied.
He is still watching.